What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like and subscribe. Also, hit the bell notification. Put it on all so you get notified as soon as we drop any new content on the channel. So let's get into this one. Gonna just talk a bit about Jermell Charlo versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is for all the straps: WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF, all the straps, undisputed at super middleweight. And we've got the date now for it. There was a few rumors floating around, but it's actually going to be held in the T-Mobile Arena, which is in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's going to be taking place on the 30th of September. So it's fast approaching, and there's been sort of the fight posters now coming out with both guys on there. And we'll talk a little bit about this fight in this video, just a very short one today. So as with most people, I'm definitely picking Saul Canelo Alvarez to do a job on Charlo. I think Charlo will pose a few problems in this fight. I think especially early in the fight, I reckon he'll pose a few problems. I think he'll be the faster man. I think he's the sort of quicker man, the slightly lighter guy. Although the size-wise, I think it won't be a massive difference, because Canelo, while he does sometimes pile on quite a lot of weight, he's quite a thick-set guy. I mean, he's relatively small for a super middleweight. He's not like a massive, big super middleweight that's going to be towering over his opponents. He's quite compact and he's quite sturdy, but he's not the tallest of guys. I think height-wise, Charlo probably might even be a bit taller than him. So I reckon Charlo is going to be sort of the longer, leaner sort of guy, and probably the quicker guy. But I just think Canelo's going to sort of catch up to him as the fight goes on. And I think he's just going to wear him down. And in all likelihood, I reckon Canelo can take out Jermell Charlo for me sort of later on in the fight. I think he breaks him down and beats him up pretty much. Also, another thing that's quite disturbing on this is why I just have a quick look at the box rec, and with those guys, with the Charlo brothers, it's unfortunate with them because they're talented boxers. Jermell's a talented guy. You know, he's proved himself. He's actually still the undisputed at light middleweight. You know, he's still got the IBF, WBO, WBC. He's got all the belts at light middleweight. But you look at his box rec going back, and you see that, look, you know, his last fight was more than a year ago. It was like May of 2022, and he hasn't had anything up there. And now we're going into August, and by the time he fights, it's going to be September of 2023. And I'm thinking, like, even the superstars, even guys like even Canelo himself, you know, he's a superstar, one of the cash cow of the sport. And he's fighting, you know, he's not fighting loads, but he's doing a couple a year. I mean, you look at Canelo, and he last fought a few months back against John Ryder, and he saw action this year. And I think that's another thing that's really going to hurt Jermell Charlo in his fight, is the fact that, look, if you're going in there against pound for pound, arguably, you know, at least one of the top guys in the sport, one of the best boxers we've seen in sort of our generation, in our time now. You know, Canelo is really, really right up there. And, you know, going into a fight against him, you need something ideally in between. But in Charlo, at least for the past couple of years, you know, it's just been two fights. So since 2021, you know, he only had one fight in 2021. He only had one fight in 2022. And, you know, what is all that in aid of? I mean, all that, for me, that's going to be a big contributing factor to another reason why he'll lose his fight, because Canelo is going to be the fresher man. You know, he's going to be the guy that's actually seen action, the guy that's actually been in action. He's been fighting, and Canelo's been making himself busy. At least a couple of times a year, you're seeing Canelo fight. Yes, he lost to Bivol, but he's keeping himself busy, keeping himself active. He's making sure he's fighting, you know, as much as is possible by today's standard regularly. And Charlo, on the other hand, is talented, And even if I know I don't think this is the case, but even if Charlo was the more talented guy, the very fact that he's going in there after more than a year layoff against another equally talented guy, if it was all equal at the talent levels, he'd still probably lose this fight because the other guy that's just as talented, if not more talented, has been fighting and you haven't been fighting. And you're kind of wasting your prime years. I think these guys, the chart, they need to get active. I understand, obviously Jermell, he's got his situation, but Jermell needs to be more active. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The fight is nearly upon us, just over a month's time, about 6-7 weeks from now. So for me, I'm definitely picking Canelo, and I think it's down to the fact I think he's the better fighter, and also I sort of stronger, proper super middleweight, and also the inactivity of Charlo. There's no way I think you could really pick him in this fight, coming off of the inactivity that he's had. Because the guy he's fighting, stronger guy, more natural at the weight, and very skilled guy. He's a puncher and he's been active. So there's just too much going against Jermell Charlo in this fight for me to pick him. I think he will cause problems. I think he will give a good account of himself. But ultimately, I think there's far too much going against him. And I think Canelo deals with him inside the distance. I think he stops him late. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this fight. It's still a fight I'm looking forward to. I still look forward to seeing it. I think it will be entertaining while it lasts. But for me, it's only one winner. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out. See you then.